Found out you're related to your spouse? There's more. It's just the beginning. Get all Pine solutions delivered in an hour or less at editor.com. See website for details, restrictions.
The Central Order of Police Specialists. They are. Thank you to Magic Spoon for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description below and use code TOYGALAXY for $5.
Hello.
Magic Spoon really help you make some money anywhere you want, any place you want. At the beach, at the comic book store, at the mall, at the parking lot, waiting to pick up your kids, at the DMV, at the fitness shop.
Get out.
Magic Spoon treats are available in marshmallow, chocolate, peanut butter, double chocolate, blueberry muffin, one gram of sugar and 72 grams on that card. And all new Magic Spoon protein granola, 15 grams of protein, 0 added
Bloody
sugar.
dogs.
Blueberry is my favorite. You don't like this for any reason, but refund your money. Magic Spoon also ships to Canada.
Yes, Puppy Invader.
Also find Magic Spoon on Amazon or your favorite store. So click the link below or scan the QR code on the screen to try Magic Spoon treats or granola today and use code TOYGALAXY for $5 off or go to magicspoon.com/TOYGALAXY for $5 off your order today. Thanks again to Magic Spoon. Coffee originally conceived of by Marvin Glass Associates, founded by Marvin Glass in 1941. It was essentially an idea house. They developed products which they then patented and licensed to other companies to produce and market, receiving royalties in return. Toys and games like 1963's Mousetrap and 1973's Evel Knievel Stunt Cycle for Ideal Toys, or 1967's Light Bright, 1978's Inchworm, and 1974's Ricochet Racer for Hasbro. In 1987, purely coincidentally, around the same time RoboCop hit theaters, Marvin Glass and Associates presented a concept for a line of action figures themed around futuristic police officers. Created by John Felton, the line was originally called Policeman, a bit generic, not great for SEO. They workshopped it into Cops and Crooks before officially licensing it to Hasbro, at which point Hasbro set their transmedia marketing machine to produce. Hasbro started development on Cops and Crooks by reassigning some of their existing human resources. Mark's illustrator to Hasbro produced a concept art.
So how are you tonight, Allison?
Captain Toys and other toys. According to Sears in an interview with Zach Owen of Toy Fair back in 2007, quote, the original concept drawings that Hasbro bought were all badly done scenes, slightly off the model stuff. As Sears focused on
Not a surprise.
survived and even those were modified. Big Boss, he claimed, was even more similar to the Marvel villain Joker. By 1987, Hasbro was 5 years into G.I. Joe with hundreds of figures all built on the same basic body style. As a G.I. Joe, Sears was excited to introduce a new style of action figure body for Cops and Crooks, one that had a bit more presence than the figures he worked on previously. While the G.I. Joe body was more realistically proportioned, Sears thought it was a bit filthy. As he put it to Toy Fair, quote, I convinced the bosses to let me design 3 new bodies for Cops based on more heroic proportions. The basic hero body, from which most of the figures were made, the skinny hero body, and the big boss body. After the switch was introduced, the basic development worked out the heart of the real body, but changing the status quo was a big thing. And on the market in 1988 featured 7 Cops and 5 Crooks features, and a collar and other features and accessories, and 2 followed up 7 of
I wonder if Effie even knows that we're on. Okay, well, she'll show up eventually. She usually does. Hey, Effie. That's how it happens. Yeah, I wonder why the cops' toy line failed. Well, I almost didn't have a show tonight, so I thought about canceling because I just want to work on this. And I mean, when you're coming up on 9,000 words on a story that, yeah, I know, I usually do. Actually, when you're just past 5,000 words on something that is you're shooting for 15,000 and you're really enjoying where the story's going, sometimes you just want to work on something else. Plus, I'm also enjoying listening to the different web series that are going on. And yeah, too bad they don't have the low prices anymore. How you tonight, Effie? Well, that's called having a kid. Neither did mine, but that didn't mean that when they were playing and having trouble, I didn't get a headache. Yeah, it's even worse when it's other people's kids. I had no problem taking care of my two girls, but I have a lot of trouble taking care of my best friend's kids. So anything you girls want to talk about? What about it? Don't be picking on her for her Henry Cavill club obsession. You do realize that man is a complete and utter dork, right, Effie? There's a reason he's not married. The man is a geek from the word go. Literally, you can go look around YouTube and you'll find a video of him building his own gaming system. And he is obsessed with Warhammer, which I cannot respect anybody who's obsessed with Warhammer. Okay. Warhammer is a dinosaur that got ruined by corporate greed. It was cool, but now it's garbage. Great model, great looking miniatures. Bad game. Yeah, I knew about the missing the phone call for the Superman role because he was playing World of Warcraft. That was actually hilarious. Okay, let's see if we can find that Fantastic Four. I'm not going to have myself repeating. All right, let's see how bad they screwed it up this time. Oh, give me a break. Both of you would be drooling over Wolverine. Okay. So now I've watched the Fantastic Four trailer. I'm not going to question casting except for a couple of people. I am going to question time period that this is taking place in and what the hell is the design for the Fantastic car? It's supposed to fly, not drive down the road. And how are they even going to fit thing in that? But Galactus, even if we're only seeing him from the back of his head, he looks pretty good. And I wonder who John Malkovich is playing. Maybe he's playing the Watcher. I doubt it, though. I don't. I think that that was a mistake. It's not because he's a bad actor, it's because he's not right for the role of Mr. Fantastic. Yes, he plays conceited and um very very stuck on himself incredibly well, but he doesn't strike me as absent-minded professor like Reed is supposed to be. As for the woman they've got playing Sue Storm, she should be considerably younger. In fact, all of them should be considerably younger, though I do like who they chose to play uh, the Thing. And it looks like the thing doesn't look too bad. And the truth about it is, the one room I kind of hope when it comes to Henry Cavill, the rumor I heard was true because I would like to see him actually play Wolverine a little bit longer than 5 seconds. But personally, I want my Wolverine. I want the comic book Wolverine in the movies. I want a guy who's 5'1", covered in hair, and angry all the time. You know, John Malkovich wasn't the only person that you could be according to the way that was set up. It was the reason it was being John Malkovich is because the guy was obsessed with John Malkovich, so he went into his head and was basically living his life. There were other actors you could do this with according to the story. But seriously, even seeing John Malkovich for only a few seconds, it makes me go, is he playing Galactus? Because that'd be a damn good role for him. Wolverine is actually about 5'3" in the comics. It does fluctuate from time to time. There's times they say he's under 5 foot. There's times they say he's 5'1" to 5'3". I've also heard up to 5'5". The thing is that he shouldn't be over 6 feet tall. He definitely should not be standing eye to eye with Cyclops, who is 6 foot. But I will definitely say Cyclops definitely should be scared of him because never mess with the short guy. He's got something to prove. Hell, I'm 5'7". I get called short all the time. The thing is, that's actually supposed to be the national average. Yet every guy I know is over fucking 5'9". Of course, if I pump my back, I'm 5'9". So bloody hell. Come on, damn it. Okay. Almost ended up ending the stream early. And there are things I want to see in the Marvel Universe. I actually think Wolverine should be separate from the X-Men. He should be recognized as a former X-Man who has kind of gone off and done his own thing. Because he's an interesting enough of a character that he could just be himself. If you're going to have Wolverine on the team, then don't make him the complete and utter focus. Don't make Cyclops the focus. In fact, why not have a team without Cyclops? Because Cyclops was barely on the team throughout the 1980s, and that's the best time period. Don't just stick to one thing, actually have the other teams like X Factor, Excalibur, X Force, have the two main teams. Maybe even do New Mutants or Generation X. No, he should be important to the story, but the story shouldn't be completely focused around him because it takes away from the X-Men. If you're going to have a story that's focused on Wolverine, focus on Wolverine by himself, not with the X-Men. I mean, honestly, the way it was in the 90s would be the smartest way to do it. You have all of the different teams, you start it that way. Hey, Starfinder. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the other body I had laid out, but she's all sanded up and ready to get painted. I just didn't want to do it tonight. I think I'll do that on Saturday. I should have the other figure by Tuesday so that I can paint him up or do the work that I need to do on him, since he's going to be the actual more important character. Umber is basically going to be forefront character through the entire story, where Aurora might not be in everything. As me and Allison have been talking about, yes, that was a Colossus story. Um, but as me and Allison were talking about, this really goes right up my alley in the style of writing that I do. I don't like doing long, continuous stories that take forever. I like doing episodic stories that take forever. Honestly, when I'm writing novels, I have a tendency to just not really enjoy what I'm doing. Now that I'm thinking of this as episodes instead of actual continuous story, I'm having an easier time writing it. I mean, I'm not moving as fast as I normally do, but I've also had busy days. Or a comic book series, which you already know I can write comic books. Hell, I used to do that back when I was in high school professionally. Unfortunately, my artists all grew up and decided they didn't want to be comic book artists their entire lives. Dumbasses. She's actually looking at the Starfinder figures. I wish I could have gotten a little bit better into hand drawing. If I'd gotten as good as half the friends I had who were hand drawing artists, I probably would have just done comic books by myself. I'd been working for Marvel this entire time. Oh wow, that's quite a collection of those. So, other than your fangirl stuff, Effie, have you started work on your continuous story yet, or at least downloaded the Pocket FM and started listening? Say, War for Rohan, the old world. So, there's an icon in the uh, control bar that is looks like the head of an old style pen. That's where you get the information for putting it on there. Isn't that what I said? Just remember, no pornography. Yep. This isn't about making small amounts of money. This is about making continuous amounts of money. It's AI. And don't worry about that. They're not using any professional actor's voice. It's a standard AI voice. The artwork is also done by AI, but there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, it's us getting paid versus somebody else getting paid for doing artwork for our stuff. As for live action actors, well, I think you're going to have to be pretty big before you start getting those. I mean, the only live action stuff I've seen are like 3 for romance stories, 1 for a millionaire story, and the YouTube movie for my vampire system. I haven't seen live action for anybody else. Man, I really need to get some green stuff. Yeah, there's a few that do that. They're not paying for full movies. I mean, this is not a long. They're not going to spend a bunch of money on anything but commercials. So, but the company must be doing pretty well to be able to afford what they can afford. So, hopefully, they'll be around for a time. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get a 3D printer. I'll print myself some teeth. Well, oh, girls. It's coming up on the hour, and like I said in the description, I'm not really planning on sticking around forever. So, plus, I need to use the bathroom. Kind of want a cigarette. Allison, I will not be calling you tonight. I want to work, and you should get some work done too. So, I'm gonna get off here, and I will talk to you. See you guys Saturday. At which point, we'll paint Aurora, or at least start painting Aurora. Good night, guys.